Hello everybody, it's your girl Asia from Normal Race Fangirl channel. Welcome back to my channel. I am here today to do a movie review of a movie I just got done watching that I really absolutely love. It's a Lifetime movie, so bear with me. If anything, this is when Lifetime was at its peak. When I watched this movie, I really realized this is when Lifetime was at its peak. Back when they actually did really good movies instead of making it all about teacher or love stories, just or anything like that. Like, don't get me wrong, the best thing on Lifetime really be their like obsession and stalking movies. But then it's like when that's only the thing you can bring to a Lifetime channel, then it just gets to start. You just start wondering what's the point of watching this program or this TV channel if you're gonna just play the same movies over and over again. Like Lifetime have a lot of like obsession, stalking movies, but only out of a like couple of them that are really good. I think Stalk at 17 is a really good Lifetime movie. It's good. I watched that on YouTube. That movie pretty good. It's pretty good. But this movie that aired on Lifetime back in 2000 is called A Vision of Murder: The Story of Donielle. This is a movie that is based on a true story, true events that they put in this movie happened in real life. So I'm just give y'all a little summary of what's like the storyline of this movie. Then I'm gonna give you my thoughts and concerns, what I love so much about this film. So basically, Daniela has like visions. She's psychic. She can see things that no one else can see. So when she was like 8 years old, she attended her best friend's funeral and she had a vision that her best friend was murdered by her father. When she told her mother did not believe her. Her mother disowned her and sent her away. And then we skip to when she moves into this town with her daughter many years later, basically saying, she done moved from town to town due to like serial killings happening in the town, so that her and her daughter will move town to town just to stay safe. So up top, when Diana moves into this town, she gets a new job. She gets a new job working at this bar. She bumps into this guy named Doug, who was played by the famous Thomas Ian Griffin from Cobra Kai. I think he was perfect for this role. Okay, he did his big one. If he was supposed to be like this charmer, excuse me, he hit his character on the noggin. He was like this charming guy that's like mysterious, always lurking in the corners, wearing dark clothes and things like that. He did his thing because very quickly, just him meeting Daniela, he became very like fond of her. Like he just was always at the bar every night, and it's so crazy because in the scene she said it was her first night working there, but then in the same conversation she first had with Doug, she said she's been working here for a while and she never saw him until that night. And he said that he's always been here. He just doesn't really speak or does too much or like move around as much. And what's so funny is that she said when she was going to his table, she was giving his friend a scotch on the rocks. I'm thinking like, what friend? He was sitting all by himself. And he said what's so funny is that that's actually what he ordered. So she gave him his friend, quote unquote, the drink that she made for his friend. She gave it to him, and that's when he introduced himself and said that he was Doug, and asked her, is she from around here? She said no, she just moved into town. And he said that if she ever has any free time, he would love to show her around. So boom, bada bang, every night since when she works at the bar, he's there. He's there in his booth, there to chit chat, talk her head off. When she gets into it with the guys, no, hold on, y'all, because I'm trying to remember. Because I'm trying to remember when was the first time. Okay, the very. Now, let me remind y'all, she hasn't had any vision since she was 8. Her psychic powers did not work until she moved to this town and everything like that. The very first night that she met Doug, she had a vision. And she wasn't able to see what it was, but all she saw was just like darkness, right? That's all she saw. The very first night she met him, she had a vision. I was thinking like, okay, that's kind of weird. She hasn't had a vision since she was 8, and she runs into this creepy guy, and she has a vision, and it's just all darkness. Something must be connected. The second night that she runs into Doug, I do not believe she had a vision. The guys at the bar was being, a little bit rude and shit like that, and they were getting a little too drunk. So she thought since they were getting drunk that they should go home because she didn't think any of them should be driving. One of them was being inappropriate. They pull her onto his lap, get the just filling her up and things like that. Doug got up, beat the niggas up and whatnot. She went to go catch her breath. She's in the bathroom. In the staff only room, I might add. This nigga walks through the staff bathroom just to talk to her. He checked on her, being a gentleman, asking her is she okay. She was like, yeah, she's fine. Then he get to talking and chit chatting, asking her like, like she must be really new around here because she doesn't really know too much and things like that. And she was like, yeah, she's new. And then he said that she must have a man in her life. Now, I thought that was very weird that the first thing he asked her was if she had a man. He did have he made he didn't come out and say, did she have a man like that? I'm just saying it because that's what he said, read it between the lines. What he said was that she must have a man at home in her closet waiting for her. And she was like, no, she doesn't have a man. And he asked her what happened. She said right after she had their child, after she had their daughter, that he kind of disappeared and didn't want anything to do with her. So she went into this town with just her and her child. And he was like, oh, that sucks. He said that's bad for him. He said because he said he found her to be very perfect. And I'm just thinking like, these are big words for a woman. He's only known for a short period of time. And yet he's talking about her as if he known her his entire life, right? But he became fond of her. And I'm about to tell y'all why he became fond of her, but I'm just giving y'all a little rundown of the movie. So she asked him, does he have anyone? He said no. He said his entire life he's been lonely. He's never really had like a beautiful girlfriend or anything like that. And he said he hoped one day he can find someone he can connect with. They get the chit chatting and whatnot. And then, she told him she didn't mean to be rude, but she needed to go, back to doing her job. And he was like, before she walked out, he was like, Donielle, me and you gonna catch up again sometime, right? And she shook her head, yeah, and he just had like this big smile on his face. So we skipped to the scene the next day at the bar where she walk in and she see him over there sitting at the booth with a woman. Him and this woman are like touching all over each other. She's like, they're just very close. There's like no like kissing or anything, but this like very closeness to them. She asked her employee Gloria like, oh, she said, I didn't know he had a girlfriend. Gloria was like, oh, that's not his girlfriend. That's a woman who come with him sometime here and there at the bar. And she said she wondered how come he never brought it up. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of weird. You come up here in this bar every day, here and then with a woman, yet you never brought that up in any conversation. But it's like, maybe he felt like he didn't need to. Y'all don't really know each other, so there's no reason for him to tell you his whole life story. I feel like she was catching feelings for him because when she pulled up, when she went to the table, she was acting funny. He asked her, hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you around here lately. He said you came in pretty late. She didn't say nothing. He asked her, can she, like, give him a refill on the scotch? And then he gave her, like, a $20 bill and told her, could she break it down to fives? And she was like, yeah, I see what I can do. When he put the money on her tray, she had another vision. She had another vision. It was like she saw a black jacket and shit like that. She saw a gun, but she wasn't able to see who was the face of the person. So she like breaks down, looked like she having a panic attack on the ground. Like sis was like going through it, seeing this vision, and Gloria's thinking she dying and all types of shit. She having a panic attack, and they cut to when she going to her car. She said she thinks she just need to leave. No, I'm thinking of the other vision she had when she fell to the ground. She was telling, they was like wondering if was she okay. Now you could see Doug at his booth like watching her, like keeping his like very intense, like watching her. Gloria asked her what's going on, and Donielle told Gloria that she has like psychic powers, like she can see shit. Like if she feels someone, she instantly has like a connection with someone where she can see that there's something that's like not right. And her friend, I guess I could call this bitch her friend. I guess I don't really want to say her friend. Her employee talked about maybe she should get some help, get that checked out. And Donielle said that no, because she said her whole life people treated her like she's crazy because she's psychic. So she left for the night and told her that she thinks she need to go home and get some rest. So Oh, y'all, this movie was so good. I think Doug knew that she had psychic powers because there was a scene in this movie. Ooh, hold on. There was a scene, and it's like when I first watched it, I wasn't able to connect the dots. But then when I went back and watched it a second time, I saw exactly what the fuck he was doing. That night, when she got in her car, she was having car troubles. He come up, get talking her head off, talking, oh, I can fix it for you, and she was like, oh, you always pop out of nowhere, and I was like, yeah, he kind of does. It's like he's never that far from her. It's like bro, she literally just left the bar, everything. She's going home. How the fuck did you catch up with her that fast? You didn't even know where she was going. Like, he's just so weird, but it's like it works for him because he's attractive and charming, and he has that beautiful ass smile, and he has that height. So it's like, of course, she found him attractive, but them mysterious niggas, them be the ones that you gotta watch out for, because them be the ones that be having some weird shit underneath their sleeve. Ain't nothing wrong being mysterious, but it's like, since you so mysterious and observant, I got a lot of questions and I need you to answer them. So he told her that, does she have like some type of powers or something? Like, does she have visions? And she was like, yeah, she has visions. And she said since she done moved here to this town, it's like her visions are coming back more and more than they ever did before. He asked her what does she like, what type of stuff does she see? And she said she really didn't want to talk about it. So he lied and talking about he sometimes feel like he can see things and hear things that other people can't hear and see, and he feel like his entire life he been judged or been called weird because he's different. This is all cap. That was all fakeness. That was just so he could connect with her, so she could open up. And she said sometimes when she have visions, she see darkness, but she says she can't see a face or anything like that. She just see a bunch of darkness. And when he asked her, what type of darkness do you think it is? She just was like, she like shut it down. It was just like, it's the car up and ready to go. And he was like, yeah. And he was like, if you ever need someone to talk to, or you need an ear or whatever, a shoulder to cry on, he's there for her. And she was like, yeah, thank you. So we go to the scene where he's at the house, at his house. Now, the woman, Claire, that he lived with, at first I thought this bitch was like a survivor. I was thinking this is a woman, because he's a murderer, right? He kills women. And I'm going to explain to y'all why he killed women. I'm almost there. Don't rush me. I'm almost there. I'm trying to run it down. At first I thought this woman was a survivor, like one of the survivors that he tried to kill but got away, and basically Stockholm syndrome, like he, has her kidnapped. But first I was like, that couldn't be right, because if this is a survivor, he didn't went out in public with this woman. And if this is if this is someone who he's kidnapped that was a survivor of him, people would notice because her face would be all around, the town, and the police are looking for him. Like, they're trying to connect the dots of the murders. She had a bracelet on her wrist. He told her to take it off. She asked him why. He said, the lady at the bar, I want to give it to her. And she was like, it's mine. He snatched her wrist and said, what exactly does it make it? What exactly makes it yours? And she turned around and told him, she said, you know exactly what makes it mine. So I'm thinking, when I watched the movie again, like I said, when I first watched it, I'm thinking she was a survivor, like, of him. But then when I watched it again, I realized she's an accomplice to the murders. She helps him not necessarily kill the women, but set a trap for them. Like, she leads them to him, or she tries to do shit like where she's like drunk or something, and she tries to run him over with the car, and he comes out of nowhere and save the women. So she basically like traps them so he can kill them. So when I realized that, I'm thinking like, yeah, so basically she got that bracelet from one of the survivors that y'all have killed together. It makes sense why she feel like it belongs to her, because she did what she did to get it. This next scene in the bar is when Donielle realized he was a murderer, killing people. He gave her the bracelet and said he wanted her to have it, and that he hoped one day he could take her out somewhere so they could actually sit down and have full-fledged conversations where she's not working. And she said she would love that. She touched that bracelet, my bitch broke down. Like, she had, like, it looked like she was having a full-on seizure type panic attack. She was on the ground, like, twitching, like, not able to catch her breath. Gabriella thought she was joking, choking, but she wasn't. Off top, I knew when I second watched this movie again, when I watched the movie again, he knew since she had visions, he gave her that bracelet on purpose so she can know that it was him, right? Because once you get further into the movie, he feels like they're connected because she has visions of him. So when I watched the scene again, I'm like, oh, he gave her that bracelet on purpose because he wanted her to see him in her visions. Because, like he said, he found out very quickly on that she can see things and that she has visions. So when he was asking her what can she see, she was saying, I can only see things that I can see. If I feel like I need to see a clue or something not right, I see that in my visions. And I feel like he gave her that bracelet so she can know, oh yeah, you're the one that's killing people and I have visions of you. When she found out it was him in the visions that she was seeing that was killing women, she did tell the police fast enough. But something about the movie made me realize, like, where the fuck was the police at when he was calling her phone and basically threatening her and saying, oh, she's not like the others, and if she turns out to be like the others, he's going to kill her too. Like, the first phone conversation they had, he said something about how all the other women were like animals and that they didn't have a purpose of living. So he felt like he was justified when he took their lives because since they were doing nothing with their lives, he thought it was justified for what he did. He felt like no one would miss them because they were nobodies. And he said he felt like him and her are connected because she could see him, that they're closer than ever. Like, he feels whole in her presence. Now, when she found out he was the killer, this when he really took like a liking into her friend Gloria. He took a liking to her, offering her money pretty much every night when he was at the bar to give him rides home and things like that. And Donielle tried to explain to this stupid bitch numerous of times that he's dangerous and that she should not be alone with him. But she didn't listen. She wanted to be hard-headed and find out the hard way. So she just left it alone. But she did tell her, like, he's dangerous. You should not be alone with him. Like, once she found out it was him in the visions, he took, like, a huge liking into her friend. And he offered her $200 that night to take him home. I'm trying to think what happened next after that. Because this movie is, like, a lot going on. I do know there was a line about the police station where one of the survivors was trying to see who it was that might have been the one who killed her friend. But she did not see the man's face, so she really didn't know. And Donielle asked her, was there a woman involved? Because that other scene at the bar where her friend Gloria quit her job because she didn't want to work at the bar anymore because she felt like she wasn't making any money. He talked about, Doug was outside, talk about he's proud of her because she finally took the next huge step into her life and making it complete and everything like that by getting rid of this shit job that does nothing for her life. Basically manipulating this woman into thinking that he actually gives a fuck when honestly he doesn't care. He's only fucking with her to get something out of Donielle. That's it. And when Donielle tried to reach to Gloria, when she found out she was taking him home again, Claire comes out of nowhere, try to run her down. That's the name of his accomplice. The name of his accomplice is Claire. She tried to run Donielle down with her truck because Doug threatened Claire and told her that if she ever wanted to leave him or stop doing what they were doing, he would make her life a living hell because before she met him, she was doing nothing with her life, and he made her life complete by helping him with the murders. Threatened him, told her that they got things to do and she ain't going nowhere, and if he going down, she going down. Simple as that. And if she ever try to leave, he gonna make her life a living hell. Basically threatened this woman to still committing murders. Like, I don't want to commit murders no more. Even if she feel like she wasn't gonna go down, even if he got caught, bitch, you're going down because you still trapped these women to get killed. You're part of the reasons why their lives were taken. So when that happened, Donielle became really close with the police, giving them information, giving them the best information she possibly could. When she saw him at the hardware store, when he threatened her and told her that she needed to stop acting like she can ignore him or whatnot, he told her that he knew where she lived, knew where her daughter, like keep close eyes like on her and her daughter, and that he don't like the way that she speak to him, and that he don't like how she close to the police, and because of that, it would never make him get any closer to what he needs to do for him or her in their plans. So once he threatened her, she went and got to learn how to use a gun, told the police more information. You know, that next day he called her. No, there was a scene with him and Claire where Claire was like she wanted to leave, and he told the accomplice, like his accomplice Claire, that she's unloved. Just a whole bunch of like manipulative gaslighting bullshit. Basically telling this woman that, that she has no life without him. Just a bunch of crazy bullshit for real, for real. Just a bunch of crazy shit. So, then there was a scene with him calling her on the phone, telling her that he hasn't seen her at the bar lately, things like that. And she told him she quit that job because, it was dangerous for her to work there when him showing up and things like that. After you basically just threatened and told me that you stalked me, you think I'm going to be working at a bar where you could keep tabs on me? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, bitch, I quit that job. And he told her that he's never felt like close to anyone in the world since he's met her because she has visions, and he feel like because she has vision, it makes them closer, it makes them like whole. And he told her the same thing in the hardware store, that he feel like since he met her, his life feels complete because he wants to know why he is the way he is. Why does he kill women who aren't, to him, who aren't shit? Why does he kill women who feel like they don't have a reason being on this planet? He wants to know why he is what he is, and he feel like she's the only one who can give him answers. So he said he still need to figure out their plans. So when what happened at the not the gas station, at the police station during the lineup when he was on a motorcycle, and she asked him who is he going to kill again because he had just committed a murder. He told her to touch him so she could see who his next victim was, and her vision, the next victim that he was going to kill was her, but she couldn't see herself. She just saw a bunch of blackness. Like I can't even explain the place he took her at the end of the movie. It just looked like a fucking lake. Like looked like a lake with a big ass building on the side. It was just weird as fuck. They shot this movie in Canada, so Canada, their like towns and shit like that look weird to how it is in America. Like when where he took her at the end of the movie, like a big ass lake, looked like fucking sand with a fucking building on the side. Like the scene just was shot weird. Like before he took her to the lake, it looked like they was in a motherfucking factory, whatever the fuck you want. It was like so much tools and trucks. It's like, where the fuck are they at? He snuck in through a gate. You feel me? It was just weird. Like I can't really describe the setting because, like I said, the setting looked weird as fuck. But when his accomplice, like in the next scene, after she touched him and saw her, like the vision of who's next, he told her that she can run but she can't hide, and that he will be coming for her. And that's when she ran, and he had like this crazy look on his face. And then that same night, Claire told him that she's done. She don't want to keep killing people. She don't want to be part of this shit no more. She wants to be loved. She wants to be cared for. She wants to feel like she matters. She don't want to keep living this life. She told that man that she has feelings for of all the shit that him or her have done. And he called her pathetic because he said you're willing to like basically stop doing what we're doing, which is a good thing, just so you can have someone love and care for you. He called her pathetic and asked her what the fuck would her life have been had he not showed up and saved her and made her life what it is today. Basically manipulating this girl to still commit these murders that she don't want to do, and told her no matter what, she's going to help him whether she likes it or not. And she said she doesn't want to, and he said she is, so she can make things right. The police came into his house looking for shit, trying to find any clues they can find to link him to the murders. He called Donielle on the phone and told her that, since you had the police come to my place, I'm coming to yours. And she said, how did you know I was sleeping? And he said, did you think a locked door would keep me away from you? Basically solidifying he was in the house. And she asked him where was he at in the house, and he said, I guess you're going to have to come and find me. when she went to go see if the back door was locked, he came behind her and gave some rag that had something on it to make her unconscious. When he took her to the place that he took her at the end of the movie, like I said, I got the weird ass setting. He grabbed her by her face and asked her, what he's about to do or what he took her looked like how it was in her vision. She didn't answer, and she asked him what does he want from her, and he told her numerous times over the phone when they were talking that he wants her to tell him why he is the way he is. He feel like they belong together, and that he don't think that he's an animal or that she's an animal. He said that he feel like the women that he killed were justified. He feel like they didn't have a reason being on this planet. He told her that he needs her to touch him to see what's like the vision, what's his fate, I guess, like what's to come of him, why is he the way he is. And she told him that she can't force it, like she can't force a vision and things like that. So he's getting angry and mad and threatening her, telling her she can't find a vision, that he's going to kill her. So boom, she was like, okay, she'll try her best. So when she touched him, she said she doesn't feel anything. There's nothing in him. Like, he's evil and empty hearted. So he pushed her on the ground and was like, I'm not a fucking animal. And he said that you're going to tell me why I am the way I am. You're going to tell me why I'm like this. And she said, I don't know. And she was just basically like, you basically attract yourself to women who you found weak and are dependable and need help, and you try to fix them, and once you're not able to fix them or make them who they are, who you want them to be, you get rid of them because to you they didn't complete the challenge. And she said, I'm not going to allow you to think that I'm weak or that you have any power over me. She said, I'm not afraid of you. She said, and he said, you shouldn't be, because he said, like all the other victims, he said they screamed, and he said, you didn't. And she said, I'm not going to allow you to have any power over me. So she said, either kill me or do what you got to do. She said, but I'm not going to go anywhere with you. He pulled out his pocket knife, looked like he finna kill her in her life. Police come saving the day. You know, they lock him up, take him away. At the end of the movie, she reunites with her daughter, and that's it. I really, really enjoyed this movie. I thought this movie was really good. I love the back and forth, but like the cat and mouse shit between Donielle and Doug. Like I said, I thought this was by far my favorite performance with Thomas Ian Griffin as far as movie wise. I just feel like the role fit him, you know, because any movie y'all watch, he's always wearing dark clothes or he's always like the really hot guy. So it's like, what if you take all of that and make him the guy who's very observant and just super, super weird and becomes super, super obsessed with the woman that he really feels like at the end of the day he has a really connection with when he really doesn't. It's like, what if you take all of that and make him like this guy? And I feel like the role fit him perfectly. I thought his facial expressions were top tier. I thought his acting was top tier when it came to being angry and really wanting to have questions when it came to facial expressions or just being really weird and very touchy. I thought he did a really good job, you feel me? And I thought the woman who played Donielle did a really good job too when it came to her visions and having panic attacks and allowing those visions that she could not connect with really hit her in a way. I thought this movie was good. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. Like I said, this is when Lifetime was at its absolute best. They were making great movies. Like I said, they do have I don't really know a lot of good movies that Lifetime have. Like I said, it's only this one. And Stalked by 17 is a really good movie. Like, if y'all want me to, I'll watch that again and I'll do a whole review on it. I thought Stalked by 17 from Lifetime was really good. Even though I don't know why they had it called Stalked at 17. Her and this boy had a whole relationship and he wasn't really stalking her. I don't know why they gave it that title. I don't know what title I would have gave it. Probably Obsessed or Obsession, probably, because that's what he became after they started dating, I guess. But Stalked at 17, I don't think I would have called it that because it didn't give stalking. But this is Lifetime. It's their movies. They're going to name it whatever they want to name it. As far as this movie is concerned, A Vision of Murder by the story of Donielle, I really like this movie. 10 out of 10. If y'all want to watch this movie, it's on Daily Motion. All 4 parts. This is my review. I will catch y'all in my next one. Oh, and I have good news. I finished um, found season 2, episode 13. I thought the episode was fucking amazing. I cannot wait to make my review. It's so much shit I want to say, so many things I need to get off my chest. So yeah, so that review will be up tomorrow. I will try to do my best as I can to get it up tomorrow. That review will be up tomorrow in the Kenny video. If I cannot do it tomorrow, his character alliances video, I will do it on Monday. But that's all I gotta say today. Catch y'all on my next video.